This is Atheist at Large with another Deceit video. This one with Jason out of Florida. He was helping the Way of the Bastards pass out that evangelical tool, Origin of Species. Let's talk to Jason now.
Sure, if my battery holds out.
If your battery holds out. All right. So, like I said, we're on the internet. I got a few people here listening to us. And, you know, this is all being recorded and stuff because it is the internet after all. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience of with the Way of the Masters and your book giveaway?
A little bit about the experience of the book giveaway?
Yeah.
Well, my experience with Way of the Masters, last year I went out to California and joined the Ambassadors Academy, which is an academy where you learn how to open air preach biblically and correctly. And then I saw that they were having a book giveaway, and one of the schools was University of Florida. So I called up Tony Miano, who's in charge of it, and I asked him if they would be interested in doing UCF, because I live, 10 minutes from the University of Central Florida. And they said, yeah, sure. Eventually they said yes. And
what do you mean by eventually? Did they say no at first, or what's the deal?
At first they weren't going to do UCF. They were going to keep it to the original 50 schools. And once they expanded to 100, that's when they said, okay, we'll do UCF. But other than that, I mean, that's my experience with them. As far as the greatness of it, it was amazing. We had very little option from the school. We had 10 people give away tear the introductions out. But other than that, we had very little opposition, and it seemed like the people received it very well.
Why do you think these people ripped out the introduction?
Why they ripped it out? I would say some are hardcore atheists who you probably couldn't reason with them about the existence of God. Others maybe just joined the crowd. It was pretty much a whole group of them that did it at the same time.
So group of guys that came up to you, they came to you for the book, and then they ripped out the pages and kept on walking? Did they keep the book after they tore out the pages? What did they do with the 10 pages or the 50 pages?
I believe they said they're going to go recycle.
Ah, wow. I mean, nothing like helping the planet, huh? Recycling, they didn't like throw them on the ground or anything. They actually took time to recycle. Now, isn't that a noble cause?
Sure. A noble cause that in the end means nothing when they die.
Actually, what it would mean is something to help future generations. To recycle goes to help future generations that are on this planet. It may not mean nothing to them, but they give a mindset for future generations and help out the people that would be on this planet, instead of having the Christian ethic of this world doesn't matter, so you can mess it up as much as you want, okay? Because God is going to rapture your butts before the shit hits the fan, you might say, and the world is unlivable.
Well, here's the thing. Well, whether you believe in the rapture or not, that's another thing. But the main thing is this: when they die and stand before God, all those things will mean nothing. All the works that you've done, everything you have ever done will mean nothing.
Oh, so Jesus lied in the Bible. You're specifically saying you're using Pauline revisionism, and when Jesus says you must do works, when Jesus in Matthew 5:17 through 21 is talking about adhering to the old laws, and that you must be a good Jew and adhere to these old laws, and you are accepted to God's realm only by doing these good works. So you're saying that he's a liar. interesting that you would do that.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying for an atheist who doesn't believe in God, their works, their good works, when they stand before God, will mean nothing.
Oh, so again, when Jesus specifically says, it is your works that will get you into heaven, okay, that you are denying the words of Jesus, and you are strictly going with Pauline revisionism, where when Paul was trying to take over the religion, he added up all kinds of things, and he went to the Gentiles and brought Gentiles into it, where Jesus was only speaking to the Jews and to the chosen people.
Well, sir, what you're preaching is heresy.
Say that again?
What you were saying right now is heresy.
Actually, no, it's not. The Old Testament is specifically clear that not any part of the Old Testament is to be changed whatsoever. Nothing. That's why in Matthew 5:17 through 21, he says that not one jot, not one tittle should be changed.
Right.
The Old Testament is specific that if anybody comes along and says that they are God, they are not. If anyone tries to change something, they are not. You've got, what is it, in Deuteronomy, you've got Matthew, and you've got Revelation that specifically talk about people that will go against the Old Testament and the God of the Old Testament.
What radio program are you with?
This is the Debate Faith Room on the internet.
The debate what?
Debate Faith on the internet.
Okay, well, what you're preaching to is heresy. I gotta go though. My wife is right here, and we're about to get some lunch.
Okay.
I appreciate your call.
All right, I got one more question for you though. As you were passing out these books, you knew ahead of time that you weren't doing this to pass science. You were passing this on to pass a gospel message. Is that true? Hung up. He didn't want to answer my questions. How many people actually think that his wife was there and they had to have lunch? Interesting.